Recently, I deleted 95% of my posts on Medium, and I want to explain why. Alright, so we are going to get the good camera out here in a second, and I have something super important I want to talk to you about, something I spent a lot of time on that was a massive waste. Alright, so new camera, not new audio, though. Might be better though, because I talked too loud in my microphone in that last video, which I'll link below if you want to hear me yell unnecessarily. So stepping up the camera game, the video game, not the audio game yet. We're working on it. Today I want to talk to you about something really important. Today I want to talk to you about Medium.com. So here's what I want to do today. I want to tell the story of how I went from loving publishing. Dude, a bird. Legit, could you hear that? A bird legit just flew into my window. I'm gonna go, is he okay? Is he okay? I'm not gonna Logan Paul this, or whatever that idiot is. Enjoy, but that bird is not dead. But he's messed up. That's bad. Maybe we shouldn't be making this video. Alright, let's go back to the good camera. That was crazy. Alright, that was definitely enough excitement. Like, get to the point already, Brendan. So, talking about Medium, like, recently I deleted 95% of my posts on Medium. And I want to explain why, because it was the #1 question. I told people on my personal newsletter, links in the description for that, but like, I told people that I was deleting all my posts from Medium, and that, like, overwhelmingly, people were like, why? Why would you do that? Everybody else is saying go to Medium still. Like, why would you delete all your posts from Medium? If you're not familiar, Medium.com, really cool publishing platform. A lot of big tech writers are there, a lot of writing about writing. A lot of people writing about cryptocurrency because nobody, like, I don't even know what that stuff is. That's sorcery to me. So there's a lot of writing there, and it's really good, and it's a really cool publishing platform. It's really beautiful. It's easy to consume and navigate. They've done a really good job. They're not really sure how to make money with it yet, so they're trying a lot of really stupid stuff like gating certain content and all of this. It's a mess. It's not. The #1 reason that people tell you to go to Medium is simply because they have a built-in audience. Similar to why you would publish on YouTube here instead of like Vimeo, right? YouTube has a built-in audience. There's a huge difference though between Medium and YouTube, is that YouTube rewards quality. If you're still watching this video at this point, YouTube can tell that, and they're like, wow, they're watching farther into the video, we want to show this to more people, it must be engaging. Right? And there's ways to hack that and like, oh, look at all the jump cut, right? To try to like reset your attention and keep you watching and all these different things. But the point is, it rewards quality. It's very democratic. Medium is not. I have a bunch of articles. I love that Medium gives you a stat of like what percentage of the article people are actually reading, so you can kind of get an idea of where you're not keeping their attention. Despite having a bunch of articles with 100% read rates, meaning people are reading the whole article all the way through, Medium's still not showing that to anybody. They're not promoting it to their audience. This whole idea of like there's a built-in audience on Medium, that requires Medium to promote your stuff. And they're just not. See, Medium does not reward great work. In my experience and the experience of my friends who are much bigger publishers, they have much bigger audiences that they brought to Medium because they thought it would be helpful. Even hearing from these people, Medium doesn't promote their articles. They only amplify what is already getting traction, which is kind of unfair. #2, I'm an analytics guy. I'm an SEO guy. So I looked at my stats. I wanted to see, hey man, some of these articles, 1,000 reads on Medium. Where are they coming from? They're all coming from Google. Here, I'll show you while I'm talking. I'll play that thing over. Like, if you look here, like, everything's coming from search. Everybody's coming to Medium from search. So if people are coming from Google to Medium, why not just have them come to my website? It's a huge reason I deleted so many of my posts, fixed them up, updated them, set them up really, really nicely, and then put them on my site instead. I'd rather have that search traffic go to my site than to Medium. So that's #1. #1 is their built-in audience it kind of doesn't work unless you already have a huge audience. Tim Ferriss could probably kill it on Medium, right? Because he's got a built-in audience. The guys at Basecamp would kill it on Medium. Speaking of Basecamp, this is point #2, is for so many people, Medium does not help their business. It's just not worth it for them. I was talking to my buddy Paul Jarvis. He said he had over 1 million views on some of his stuff. You can check out, I'll put his website in the link below. Probably one of the best writers I've ever had the chance to talk to and interact with. I think the world of Paul. So it's not that his writing isn't good. It's not that he doesn't already have a huge audience that he brought to Medium, but he was saying like my stuff got 1 million views on Medium, did not help his business at all. And I heard that echoed from 3 or 4 other people. And if you look, there's a bunch of other brands. There's Baremetrics, and I forget them now, but I'll put a bunch of logos, all the logos here, of everybody who's left Medium. They came to Medium, they thought this is a really good place to have my blog, and if these big companies are leaving because they're not seeing the ROI, they'd rather keep the traffic on their own website, then that's a big deal to me. If me as a smaller creator, as a smaller kind of, if you're a freelancer or a writer or even an agency, like if the big companies aren't getting traction with all their resources, are you going to get traction on Medium by starting a blog there? Josh says, I realize Medium is great about surfacing content, but it removes the face of it. It neutralizes all content to basically be author agnostic. It's kind of like Walmart or Amazon in that you can buy thousands of different brands, but you rarely actually know what brand you're buying. You just know, I got it from Amazon, right? He goes, the same with content on Medium. Sure, you can see who the author is or what the publication is, but ultimately your takeaway is, I read this article on Medium, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted to get back to people saying, I read this article on Baremetrics. On top of that, so that's one thing, is it killed his brand, his personal brand and his company brand by making it a Medium article and not a Baremetrics article. Josh continues by saying, on top of that, the amount of views a given article would get ultimately weren't that impressive, at least not much or any more than our own blog, given we'd already built up a nice readership. As an example, our top posts on Medium had total views in the 8,000 to 10,000 range, with our best ever getting around 40,000, but that's kind of like an outlier. After those top 5, the views dropped off to about 500 per article, which is not that like some of my stuff gets 500. They're a huge company. I just write things that are in my brain. And Josh just says, like on top of that, on his own blog before he moved to Medium, every article was getting 5,000 to 50,000 views. That's a huge drop off. That's a lot less readership. So for someplace with a built-in audience and he's bringing his audience there, if he can't get traction, again, how are you and I going to get traction there? And he kind of rounds this out by making the point I've been making this whole time by saying the numbers just didn't make sense. Yes, I could put more into Medium and try to build up readership even more. The guys at Basecamp regularly get 250,000 plus views on their content, but doing that helps Medium the most in the long run. They've been fumbling left and right, trying to figure out how to make Medium sustainable. I'm not convinced they'll always do what's best for us in our business. Couldn't agree more, Josh. I really could not agree more. I will never build something in somebody else's playground again. It's your email list, your website, you make the rules. You should be publishing on your own website, and that's why I decided to delete everything off of Medium as much as I could and bring it over to my own website. I believe in one thing that Dave Chesson of Kindlepreneur told me one time, which is it's kind of like a 3-pronged thing. Number one product. Have one product you're selling, at least at first. Only sell one thing. Have one platform. For me, that platform is my website. I think for everybody else it should be too. Even if you're building a YouTube audience, you should still be building an email list. You should still be building up your website, building up your following somewhere else. Think about it. If Mediums, or if something happened to YouTube and something happened to Instagram, all these great creators that we see, like they would just be shit out of luck, right? Like, what are you going to do if your two main platforms that you don't control at all, or they change the algorithm? I've heard that from tons of YouTubers, like, oh, I took a hit because of the algorithm. Well, you should be figuring out some way to publish content where you control the narrative. Sorry, got a little ranty there. So it's one product, one platform, one traffic source. For me, that traffic source is search. I'm a beast at SEO. I'm really, really good at ranking things in search. I'm really good at writing content that solves people's problems, so they'll find it in search. And that's what it is for me. And yes, I'm doing YouTube too, but it's just because I freaking love talking at a camera in my living room, I guess. I don't know. But if you're thinking about starting a blog on Medium, I hope you've watched this first. I'm going to be publishing a lot more on digital marketing. I think it'll be really helpful for you if you're a writer, you're a creator, you're any kind of just creative entrepreneur. There's going to be a lot on this channel to help you out. Until the next video, don't forget to work hard, be nice people, and don't get too lost trying to create something that matters.